you want to improve your accent, if you want to improve your listening comprehension, then these are the videos for you. They're very unique. You will not find other exercises like this on the internet. We are practicing with real life people who are trying to improve their listening comprehension and their accent through pronunciation, accentuation, and intonation. And if you want to do that, you can come along with us right now and you can watch these videos and practice with us. And if you would like to participate, just click on the link in the description to the Discord group. The first two people who volunteer once the video starts are the two people who get to practice with us on that day. And if you find these videos helpful, remember to press the like button and also subscribe. I need your help to grow my channel. It's a very unique channel. Well, now let's get started and let's improve our English accents and our listening comprehension. Great. Alex, have you
So
ever seen this phrase before? Leave well enough alone.
Leave well enough alone. It's like me. Leave me alone. Like
No, actually, it means. Can you read the definition? What does it say on the screen?
uh, just give me a second. Just oh, this phrase means to not interfere with some things that is already good enough to avoid causing problem. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
that's a very common expression, by the way. Pachu, have you seen that before? Leave well enough alone.
never
mm,
came across this.
Never. Okay.
no, sir.
Well, that's it's good that we're talking about it because you'll hear that all the time. That means like don't bother it. Don't if you change this or try to do something with this, it will cause problems. Just leave it like it. It's fine the way it is. It's already good.
Yes,
It's already okay.
sir.
Don't touch it.
Just I want to say few words, sir.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So a few days ago, I just watched news on television,
Mm-hmm.
and the fire was in California. So it was very devastating. And yes, so is there anyone um, who are relative in that area or any friends who have got injured or his properties has been lost?
Actually, my very good friend lives right there in that area, and she's going to Asia next month, and she's asked me to go to Los Angeles to take care of her animals. So in a few weeks, I'm going to Los Angeles, right to that very place, to take care of her animals while she's gone for a month. I'll still do the videos from her house, but yes, she's okay. But she lives right there. She lives exactly there. But thank goodness
Okay,
everything is okay. But I'm going to see it in a few weeks. I'm going to be there in a few weeks.
okay,
But
sir.
she's okay though. All right. I'm just going to. I'm just thinking. But thank you for asking, Pachu. Let's see. Let sleeping dogs lie. And here, these are two more expressions that are pretty common. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wait, let me. Have you seen these expressions before, Alex or Pachu? Let sleeping dogs lie, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Neighbor, sir.
Well, what? Maybe you don't. I talked about that one while we were doing the story. Let sleeping dogs lie. But do you think, Alex? Do you think if you read "If it ain't broke, don't fix it," what does that mean?
I know this expression. You know that expression. I know that. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If thing is okay, just leave it as it is.
Yeah, and you
But
type.
let sleep dog lie.
Mhm.
Sorry, I think I might heard this one before, but I can't remember. It's not very famous, like you know.
I think it is. I use it. I've used it before Kave says "Don't rock the boat." It is similar to "Don't rock the boat." We could even put that one up there. It's very similar. Have you seen that one before? "Don't rock the boat." These all sort of mean the same thing.
No, sir.
Oh, so can you guess what does that mean, Pachu? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So in broke, don't fix it. So it is already in okay position.
Yeah, it's already okay, so don't touch it. Leave it alone. Don't don't cause problems by trying to fix something that isn't broken.
Yes,
Does
yes,
that make sense?
yes.
What do you think that expression "let sleeping dogs lie"? What if there's a dog and it's sleeping and then you disturb the dog? What could happen to you?
Yes. So wake up.
What if it's a bad dog? It could attack you, right?
Yes, attack. Yeah.
So do you understand that expression "let sleeping dogs lie"? It means don't wake up the dog, maybe the dog will attack you.
Yes. Yeah. The dog attack you.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
And do you see how it's similar to "if it ain't broke, don't fix it"?
Yeah, it is okay.
Yeah, like don't touch it. It's fine the way it is. Don't start if you start doing something to it, you're going to make more problems. Does that make sense, Alex?
Yes.
Do you understand the idea?
Uh, Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. So
And
yeah,
what about "don't rock the boat"? Kave gave us that one. Have you seen that before?
yeah, yeah, I saw that a few times. Yeah.
Have you seen that, Pachu, rocking the boat?
No, actually, no.
What does rocking mean?
Yeah, it's similar to ride the boat.
Let's see. Small.
Not just to move the boat to different directions and everything.
Pachu, have you ever
So
been like what, Alex?
like swing, like move the boat in a different direction.
That's right. Pachu, have you ever been in a little boat before? Let me.
Yes, but I scared.
Uh-huh. Why were you
But
scared?
no, because I think this is not safe.
Well, you
Yeah, people.
people what?
Yeah, I went last year in nearby lake, and one of guys rode us on the boat. We have three families
Mm-hmm.
in total. So I was very afraid because yeah, he was running very speed the boat, and so I was very
You're
yeah, I was very nervous.
well,
Yeah,
was it a big boat or a little boat?
yeah, the same as picture in the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, it is same.
What happens if somebody stands up? Everybody's sitting, but if somebody stands up, maybe the boat will start moving like this, right?
Yes, yes,
That's rocking the boat.
yes. I see in the movies. People yeah, mm, rock the boat in the same just up and down, up and down, up and down. So scary.
Yeah, so if everybody sits still, if nobody moves, you're okay. But if somebody stands up, then the boat will start moving. Don't rock the boat. Don't cause problems when there's no problem. Do you understand the expression "don't rock the boat"? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, clear.
All right. So these are all the same. We have let, and by the way, okay, I'm sure you've seen "ain't" before. It's not necessarily considered correct to say, but this is kind of a funny expression. So you usually would use the word "ain't." It sounds funnier if you use the word "ain't" here. So don't correct it and say "if it isn't broke, don't fix it." The expression is "if it ain't broke, don't fix it." That sounds very natural to say it that way. Okay. Alex, can you read number one, our first example? What does it say?
Can you please scroll down a bit? Because we are in that, yeah, example three now. Just can scroll down, please. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't change the don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Okay. What is a recipe?
Recipe. Oh, I'm very familiar with that.
Yeah.
A food recipe, like making a cake or something like that.
So Alex does
Food. Yeah.
does computer science, accounting, and now cooking also. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, but by the way, there is a very good recipe for avocado cake. If you just look it
A-
up, it's a lovely one. I'm going
avocado what?
avocado cake.
Avocado cake? Really?
Yeah, just look it up. It's a lovely one. Yeah, I'm going to have it Saturday or Sunday. Yeah,
Oh, that's so weird.
That's
Wait, let's look it up.
no, it's a lovely one. Yeah, you will love it.
Avocado cake. I've never heard of that in my life. Pachu, did you ever
Just
have
look
avocado?
it up.
Mm, avocado. Can you
Avocado.
say the
Here's
picture,
a
sir?
here's an avocado. It's not something. It's become a very popular thing, but I don't think it's something that you would. Avocados are from Mexico, actually, where I am.
Hmm.
That's where
Hmm.
they're originally. Here's an. Oh, I'm just trying to find a picture of an avocado.
You have it here, avocado cake here.
But
See?
this is an avocado. Did you ever have an avocado, Pachu? I don't know if they would have those in Nepal, but they're very popular around the world now. So maybe.
Mhm.
Tasted, sir?
Have you? Do you see that? Do you see the avocado?
Yes, I see. Yeah.
Is that? Do you have that in Nepal?
So I have never tasted, sir.
Yeah, you've never tried it. Yeah, I'm not. It's not my favorite,
Mm.
actually. Avocados. I can have it sometimes, but I can't do it all the time. Okay, let's see. So when are you making your avocado cake, Alex?
Maybe Sunday or Saturday. Maybe Sunday. Sure, sure, Sunday.
You have to tell us how it is.
Oh, no, I can tell you now. I have. I,
Hmm.
I had it many times before. Actually, like delicious, delicious.
I'm curious. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would like it or not.
Look it up. Look it up. Look to the ingredients first, and then
Hmm.
then you'll be able to decide.
Okay. So Pachu, can you read the first part? Don't change the recipe. Read those words.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect.
Okay,
Live well
just
and
just up to recipe. Say that again. Don't change.
uh, don't change the recipe.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Okay. That word change. Do you hear the vowel sound in there? Change. Is that a big long sound or is that very small?
Is a change. Is
Yeah.
a long.
So it's really important because you're saying don't change the recipe, and I don't even hear the word change in that because it's got to be very big. Can you say it again?
Don't change the recipe.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Okay. Now, in that phrase, don't change the recipe. What are the important words?
So is uh, change the recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in that word recipe, there are two syllables. Which syllable is big? Recipe. Oh, three syllables.
Res.
Recipe.
Res.
Res. Okay, so we'll make that big. Can you say this phrase again? But make sure that when you say it, these are the two big sounds. The other sounds can be small, but these two sounds must be very big. Don't change the recipe.
Don't change the recipe.
I'd like to hear a little bit more si in recipe. Si, recipe.
Recipe.
That's better. A little
Recipe.
better. Don't change the recipe. And then in the second part, it's perfect. What is the important word?
It's a perfect. It's
Perfect.
perfect.
Where's the big sound in that? Perfect.
Perfect.
Per,
Perfect.
per, per.
Per.
Per is the big C.
per,
Perfect. 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 Don't change the recipe.
perfect.
It's perfect.
Don't change the sorry. Don't change the recipe. It is perfect.
Okay. Don't change. Change. That's a hard word. It's actually a pretty hard word to pronounce. You've got change and let's see. Do like this. Chain. Can you say chain? Chain? It starts with a T sound. Chain.
Chain,
Okay. Can you pronounce a D after that? Let's put a D here. Chained.
changed,
Okay. Oh, that was good. Okay, you're getting ahead of me. That's okay. It's really hard to. There's a lot of consonant sounds in there. Changed. But we,
changed,
yeah, but we don't want the D here. This is just in the present. So this is change.
change.
Change. Don't change the recipe. It's perfect.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect.
Okay, and then Alex, what is the final part of that phrase?
It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Okay. What do you suppose are the important words in that phrase?
Leave
Mhm.
leave well enough alone.
Leave
Leave enough,
well enough.
oh,
Yeah.
but
Leave
I
well.
don't know. Leave well enough alone.
Do you know?
So leave well.
Hmm. Go ahead.
I think well is well because well is adverb.
You know, you're right, but I think if it's part of an expression though, and I think that the main point is leave alone, like don't touch, right?
Yeah. So
So
leave them alone. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just leaving alone that this is weird because it's an expression, but if you just think about those words, leave and alone, that's really the meaning of the expression, right? Leave alone, don't touch. So I think we'll just highlight those words. Alone is two syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound, all of the power? Al-
Oh,
Alone. Okay.
oh,
Alone.
oh.
So
Mm.
this would be leave well enough alone.
Leave well enough alone.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Okay, that was good. Pachu, can you try that? Leave well enough alone.
Leave well enough alone.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
That's right. Okay. Well, let's add a little bit of music.
Mhm.
So we'll make change high, and I think that recipe, that's sort of the end of a phrase. So we'll make that low. Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. We'll go back up with perfect. Well, actually, we'll have to do high and low. Perfect, because it's the end of another phrase. And we'll do the same thing here, just adding a little bit of music to our phrase. The ending is low, so we're making those blue, but the other ones are high. The other important sounds are high. So it sounds something like this. Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone. Can you try that, Pancho?
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Can you try that, Alex? Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Don't change the recipe. It's perfect. Leave well enough alone.
All right. Alex, can you make a why you should not change recipe question? How would you do that? Why you should not change recipe?
Why shouldn't you change the recipe?
Okay. Why shouldn't you change the recipe? What is the most important word in that question?
Why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you?
Okay.
So why first? Why?
Why? Right? Why is the important word? That's the word that you
Mm,
want people to hear. Why shouldn't you? Why?
Why shouldn't you?
Say it like that.
Why shouldn't you?
Why?
Why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't you change the recipe?
Why shouldn't you change the recipe?
Pachu, can you try that question?
Why should you not change recipe?
Okay, that's fine. You can say it like that. Why should you not? That sounds very formal. Most of the time, people will make a contraction and say, "Why shouldn't you?" Why? Instead of saying "Why should you not," it's "Shouldn't you?"
Why shouldn't you? Why
Why?
shouldn't you change the recipe?
Again, sorry, I interrupted you. Try it again.
Why shouldn't you change the recipe?
Change. It's important to put that ch at the end because it sounds like you're saying the word chain, which is a completely different word.
Okay, so why shouldn't you change
That was
change the recipe?
Why shouldn't you change the recipe? Okay, what is the answer?
You shouldn't change the recipe because it is perfect.
Yeah, leave well enough alone.
Live well enough alone.
Yeah, Alex, why shouldn't you change the recipe?
It's perfect. The recipe is perfect. Leave well enough alone.
Okay, and I just remembered because a few days ago, or not a few days ago, like a week ago, Pachu was mentioning tag questions, and I thought that would be fun to practice. So
Hmm.
the recipe is perfect. Okay.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Okay, that's right. That's right. So you if you're giving your opinion, okay, this is your opinion. Not everybody will agree with you.
Mm,
Oh, the recipe is perfect. Okay. So if you're stating your opinion and then you want someone to agree with you, like, don't you agree with me? Then you add a little question to the end. Okay. And if the sentence is in the affirmative, then your question should be in the negative. Patrick,
Negative.
what is the negative of is?
So isn't it?
That's right. It is the recipe.
Yes.
Can you read that, Pachu? How would you make that question?
The recipe is perfect, isn't it?
Uh, do you know there are two things? This is a couple interesting things about tag questions. If you make it in a question tone, like isn't it? It sounds like you're not sure. Like, uh, it sounds like you're asking the other person to tell you what to think. If you
Yes.
say it like a statement, you're saying, "Hey, you, agree with me." So listen. First, I'll do a question tone. The recipe is perfect, isn't it? That sounds like I'm not sure. Give me your opinion
Yes.
because I'm not sure. But if you say it like this with a statement tone, the recipe is perfect, isn't it? That means, come on, agree with me. You see the difference?
Yes.
So you could do it
Yes.
either way, but if you use a question tone, it sounds like you're not sure. And I
Yeah.
don't think people do that very often. It's just if they really don't know. Okay. But now the funny thing about tag questions, I think the thing that people find very difficult about tag questions is the response. Okay. So if I
hmm
say Alex, if I say the recipe is perfect, isn't it? How do you agree with me? How do you tell me, oh, you're right? That's true.
Yes, it is.
That's right. You repeat the original idea. So if you agree with me, you don't answer this, isn't it? You repeat this. You agree with this part. So you say, yes, you're right. It is. That's true. Yes, it is. How do you agree? How do you disagree?
No, it isn't.
Okay. So if you want to tell me, no, you're wrong, that's not true, then you say the opposite of the sentence. You give the negative here. No, it isn't. This is something people have a very difficult time with usually.
Mm.
Pachu, if I say the recipe is perfect, isn't it? How do you agree with me? How do you say, that's true, I agree with you?
Yes, it is true. I agree with you.
Yeah, but really what you would say, you wouldn't say all, you could if you wanted to, but probably you would just say, yes, it is. That's how you would normally answer. Yes, it is.
So, yeah, in disagree, why we say no and then again negative?
Because you have to ignore this isn't it part, okay? And you have to focus on the original idea, the original opinion, okay? So don't think about that isn't it part. That's just a signal. Do you agree with me or you don't agree with me? Okay? It's the first part that's important. The recipe is perfect. Yes, it is. The recipe is perfect. No, it isn't. That isn't it? That's just a signal. That means do you agree
Yes,
with me?
yes, yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So you have to focus on the first part of the phrase. Okay.
yes.
Let's let's try the second example. Pachu, uh have you seen this word before? Perverse. Perverse.
Yes, yes, but I have no idea.
Perverse means that well, let's read the Chat GPT definition. What does it say? Can you see it?
So, yes, okay, it's very small.
Oh, sorry. No,
Okay, so
does that help? Maybe not.
yes, okay, okay, I can read it. So, stay burnly, doing something wrong or unreasonable, even when it doesn't make sense or goes against what is expected.
Kave says, "I've heard some British people make it easier by saying 'isn't it?' That is a that's a very particular kind of person who talks like that. Usually a very urban. It's a very urban. I think it's a very urban way of talking, meaning that people in big cities, usually in the street, it's kind of like a street way of talking, isn't it? Uh, you can do that. It would sound funny if you do that. People will probably laugh because they won't expect a non-native speaker to talk like that. But it's a way people outside of the UK, I think they use it to make fun of people inside the UK. It's funny. It sounds funny, but it's not typical. It's not normal to talk like.
Mm.
Okay, I think so. Pachi read the perverse definition: stubbornly doing something wrong or unreasonable, even when it doesn't make sense or go against what is expected. I think a better way to think of it is twisting something, changing something that's supposed to be good and changing it into something bad. I really think that's a better definition. Pachu, we'll look at it. So Pachu, can you read number two, the example, and then we'll talk about what it means.
Okay. So she felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
Okay. How does a normal person feel when they break the rules? Or in a normal situation, how would you expect someone to feel if they break the rules?
So he disobey the rules, and
Is that good?
yeah, and he no, this is not good because he thinks that this is the good way to break the rule. He thinks that it is okay for him.
Okay, but a normal person probably would not break the rules, right? And maybe would feel they would. How would they feel, Pacho? If you broke the rules, would you feel good or bad?
No, I am that kind of person. I don't want to break the rules,
Okay,
and I feel, yeah, I feel bad.
So,
Yeah, because rule is rule.
okay,
We have to follow.
and do you believe that's normal? Do you believe that like that's normal? Most people probably feel bad if they break the rules, right?
Yes,
Okay. So would you say that's good that somebody feels bad if they break the rules?
yes, bad.
Okay. But this girl, she felt a perverse sense of joy. She felt happy in breaking the rules. Isn't that strange?
But yes, sometimes she maybe okay because yeah, due to the gender biasness
Uh,
in the company, yes. So she felt yeah, it is okay.
okay, but the idea though is that she's taking something good, following the rules, and she's doing the opposite, and it's sort of like twisting things. Does that make sense? It's not normal to feel good about breaking the rules. That's not a normal thing to feel good.
Yes, yeah, yeah, okay. Oh yes.
So she feels happy about it. This is perverse. This is wrong in a way. It's the opposite of what should.
Mhm, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's pretty complicated. What do you think, Alex? Have you seen that word before? Perverse.
Yeah, it's. I think came from reverse, like to reverse something or reverse the fact. The reverse of the fact.
I'm not sure about that. Well, let's see. Origin of word
I,
perverse.
that
I think that might be different. I mean, you still have that word verse in there. I'm not sure what per means here, though. That's the thing. Perversus, which means turned the wrong way, going the wrong way,
it's
turned
reverse.
turned around, wrongly directed. Yeah, you might be right about that.
Night को लेके
That is the way I just try to make it a link to make it easy for me to understand it, to link it to something.
Yeah, well, this is kind of like the opposite, feeling the opposite,
Mhm.
feeling the reverse. You're right about that. Okay, so does it? Can you read number two, Alex? What does it say?
पहले से वो लाइट
She
उस
felt a
नहीं
perverse sense of joy and breaking the
और वो
rules.
नाइट में फर्स्ट लाइट
Okay,
सोच नहीं यार उस लाइट करे
can you
सोच का माना के अंदर
just a second? Can you can you read the
Yes.
first? Read up to joy. Read up to the word joy.
She felt a perverse sense of joy.
Okay, what are the important words in that phrase?
I think felt perverse as well because it's strange.
Okay,
It's shown the contradiction or something. Sense of joy. Joy.
okay, and now in the word perverse, which syllable has all the power? Perverse.
Perverse. Perverse.
Er. The big sound is here, and joy. That's just one syllable. That's really easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it should sound something like this. She felt a perverse sense of joy.
She felt a perverse sense of joy.
Okay. And we'll go to
Yep. That's it. Yeah.
she felt a perverse sense of joy. And Pachu, can you read the final part of that phrase?
in breaking the rules.
What are the important words in that phrase?
It's a breaking and rules.
Okay, and which syllable has all of the sound in breaking? Breaking,
It's a break, break,
break. So make it bigger. Break, break.
break, break, break,
So the rhythm sounds like this: breaking the rules, breaking the rules, breaking the rules.
breaking the rules,
She felt a
breaking the
perverse
rules.
sense of joy in breaking the rules.
She felt perverse sense of joy and breaking the rules.
Alex, can you try that? She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
All right, so we'll add a little bit of music to this.
Oh,
We'll give our important sounds some high tones, except when we get to the end of a phrase,
okay.
we'll make it low. And then it should sound something like this. She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules. Can you try that, Alex?
She felt a
Go ahead.
okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules. Try to go high, high, low, high, low.
Okay, she felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
Okay. Pachu, can you try that? She felt a perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
She felt perverse sense of joy in breaking the rules.
Okay, Pachu, how will you make a tag question? If we have she felt a perverse sense of joy, that's our idea. That's our opinion. Okay? This is what you
Yeah.
think. This is your opinion. And you want to know if I agree with you or not. How will you make a tag question saying, "Do you agree with me?"
So, d- uh, didn't she?
Didn't
Didn't
she?
she?
Didn't she? Now, if you say it with a question tone, I don't want that. I want this to be black. Didn't she? Probably you will not
Didn't.
use you probably will not use a question tone here unless you are not sure and you want me to tell you what to think. Okay? But if you're just giving your opinion, how will you say it?
So, yeah. Yes.
Go from
Yes.
the way no, let's talk about the tone of the question, okay?
Okay.
You have to say it like
So,
don't say it like a question. Say it like a sentence. So, didn't she? Didn't she? Go from high to low. Didn't she?
didn't see. Didn't
Yeah.
see.
This is very confident. This makes you sound very confident. This is my opinion. She felt a perverse sense of joy. And now I'm saying, now agree with me, didn't she?
She
Say it again.
felt a.
Go ahead.
Okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't see.
Don't make it a question. Make it like a sentence. Didn't she?
So, didn't see.
Didn't she?
Didn't see.
That's like, that's my
Didn't
opinion,
see.
and you agree with me.
Yes.
Say it again.
Didn't see. Didn't see.
Didn't she?
Didn't see.
She felt a perverse sense of joy, didn't she?
She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't see.
Yeah, if you say it like a question, didn't she? That's like, tell me what to think. You probably don't
So
want to.
yeah, 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 it is. I think my habit of doing that, but yeah, I have to improve.
How let's talk about agree and disagree. Now, if so, this is my opinion. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Okay. Uh, if you agree with me, how will you answer the question? What will you say? How will you confirm what I think?
Okay. Yes, she did.
That's right. You repeat you ignore this. This is just a signal like give me your opinion. And you repeat this. Yes, she felt a perverse sense of joy. Yes, she did. Short answer, yes she did. How will you dis
Yes, she did.
how will you tell me I'm wrong?
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. Don't forget to whistle. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. Alex, she felt
No, she
Alex,
didn't.
Alex, she felt a perverse sense of joy, didn't she?
Yeah.
How will you
Yes,
agree?
she did.
Yeah, that's how you agree. Yeah, she did. You're right.
Mm.
How will you disagree?
No, she didn't.
Can you read the original question, the original sentence in question?
Okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Did she?
Okay. Now, if you say it like normally, you probably will say this like a sentence. You won't make it a question tone. You'll say, "Didn't she?" You'll go from high to low.
Oh,
Didn't.
okay. Didn't she? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can say it like that. Say the whole
Okay.
thing, but make sure that you make the question sound like a statement.
Okay. She felt a perverse of joy, a sense of joy. Didn't she?
No, don't make a question. Make it like a sentence. Didn't she? Go from high to low.
Okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't she?
You're saying she. You're making a question. Don't make a question. Make it a
Didn't she?
statement. You sound confident.
Didn't she?
Didn't she?
Didn't,
Didn't she?
didn't she? Didn't she?
Did,
Didn't she?
say it again.
Okay. Didn't she?
No, don't say she.
Okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't she?
You're making a question. You're saying didn't she? But don't.
Okay.
Didn't she go down?
Didn't she?
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Didn't she?
Oh, didn't she? Didn't she?
That,
Didn't she? Okay.
that's like, hey, that's my opinion. You agree with me. Didn't she?
Okay. Yeah. Didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't she?
do it again.
Okay. Okay. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't she?
No, you're doing a question again. Didn't she?
Again?
Didn't she? It,
I
the,
I normally look. I always stick with the mistakes.
no, but it,
Didn't she?
if you say it like a question,
Didn't she?
didn't she? That's
Mm,
like, tell me what to think. You're asking the other person
Didn't
to
she?
impose their opinion on you. Tell me what to think. Didn't she?
Mm,
And that's not normally desirable. It depends on the context, but most of the time, I think you would say it like a statement. Didn't she?
Okay. Didn't she?
That's good.
Didn't she?
She felt a perverse
Yeah.
sense of joy. Didn't she?
Didn't she? Yeah. She felt a perverse sense of joy. Didn't she?
No, now you're going up again.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't she?
Didn't she? Up, down.
Didn't she? Okay.
She,
Didn't
not
she?
she.
She. Didn't she?
Okay. And how will you
Wrong.
agree? How will you tell me that's true? She did feel a perverse sense of joy.
Y- Yes, she did.
Okay. How will you tell me no, you're wrong? That's not true.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. Okay. All right. Let's
Oh,
go.
that's
What was that? What did you say?
that's going to be my homework. That was going to be my homework. How to answer? Didn't she?
It's
Yes,
hard.
that's my homework.
I think tones are the hardest thing to work on because it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
It's really hard to hear. That's what
Okay.
I think. Maybe it's easier for some people. I bet for Kave, if he's still here, that's easy for him. He's very talented. For the rest of us, it's very difficult. Okay, Pachu, can you read number three? What does number three say?
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake.
Have you ever seen that word before? To bicker, bickering.
Mm, actually, not. No.
This is like fighting over little stupid things. So
Okay.
bickering, constant arguing or fighting over small important things. Pachu, do your children ever fight about little stupid things?
Mm, yeah, maybe.
Like a toy or I don't know what else. Who gets the bigger piece?
Yes. Yes, the younger my son is into that. Yeah.
He does that. So maybe if the children are fighting, you say, "Stop bickering. Stop fighting over little
Mm,
stupid things."
yes.
It's a pretty common word, bickering. Have you seen that word before, Alex?
No, but I can guess the meaning. No, I have never said this one before.
Yeah.
But I can guess the meaning of the contents.
Yeah,
So,
and in the book, it's Scarlett and Rhett, her husband, are always bickering. They're always fighting and arguing over stupid little things. Alex, can you read
Mhm.
that sentence, number three?
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake. Oh, cake.
Oh, avocado cake.
Yeah.
Okay, the first four words, Alex, can you read them?
The kids were bickering.
And which words are important in that phrase?
Kids were bickering.
Okay, and bickering, that's three syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound?
Bickering, bickering.
Big,
Hey, 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 hey.
bickering, bickering, bickering.
Bickering,
The kids were bickering.
bickering over.
The kids were
The
bickering.
kids were bickering. The kids were bickering.
Can you say that, Pachu? The kids were bickering.
The kids were bickering.
Mhm. Can you make kids a little bit longer? The kids were bickering.
The kids were bickering.
Because remember, there's a D there. That D will make the vowel sound extra big.
Mm.
The kids were bickering.
The kids were bickering.
Okay. Uh, and what is the rest of the phrase, Pachu?
Over who got the bigger slice of cake.
What do you think are the important words here?
As the bigger uh, slice is also cake.
Okay. I think who is important here because that's what the argument
And
is about.
Yes,
Do you agree?
yes,
Okay. And then what about bigger? Bigger. Where's the sound in that?
yes, the big, big.
Big. Okay, but now the G, that's a sound down in the throat. Big. That means that the vowel sound here, the E, is extra long. Bigger.
Yeah,
Bigger.
yeah, bigger,
Just like
bigger,
not big, big because of the G, you have to make it extra
big,
big. Bigger. Make that extra long. Bigger.
bigger.
Like that. So just like kids. Kid, the D is down in the throat, the G is down in the throat. This makes the vowel sound extra long. The kids were bickering over who got the bigger
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger
slice of cake.
slice of cake.
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake.
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake.
Alex, can you say that? Who got the bigger slice of cake?
who got the bigger slice of cake?
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake.
The kids were bickering over who got the bigger slice of cake.
Okay, now if your opinion, if your idea is the kids were bickering, if this is your
Mhm.
assertion, this is your idea, and you want me to agree with you, what
Mhm.
what kind of question will you put at the end of that sentence?
Weren't they?
Were,
Weren't they?
weren't they? Weren't they? Okay, but don't make it sound like a question. Don't say weren't they? That means I'm not sure.
That's my
Tell me what to think. But you want to say it like
okay.
a
Weren't
sentence. Weren't they?
weren't they? Okay.
The kids were bickering,
Okay.
weren't they?
The kids were bickering, weren't they?
Okay, that was good. That was not a question. This is my opinion. You better agree with me. The kids were bickering,
Okay.
weren't
The kids were bickering, weren't they?
they? That was good. Okay, because if you say weren't they, that means I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
You understand the difference?
I do. Yeah. That's my homework. Yeah, I'm going to work on this one.
Do you
Just
use
answer no.
do you use tag questions sometimes? I think people avoid them because
Y-
they're
y- I only answer. I only answer. I don't like to make the question, but I only answer. Sometimes we use it to answer.
okay. Now, if this is the idea, if this is what you think happened, the kids were bickering, weren't they? And how will you agree with that? How will you tell me that's true? You're right about that.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, they were. So you repeat the original idea.
Right.
Kids were
Yeah.
bickering. Yes, they were. Okay. And how would you disagree with me? How will you tell me that's not true? You're wrong.
No, they were. No, they weren't.
I'm having typing problems. I can't type. Okay. No, they weren't.
Okay. No, they weren't. Yeah.
Okay. Pachu, can you make the question? The kids were bickering, weren't they?
The kids were bickering, weren't they?
Okay, if you say, weren't they? That means I don't know. You tell me what to think. But if you already believe it's
Mhm.
true, how will you say it?
The, weren't they?
Weren't they? Go from up to down. Weren't they?
Weren't they?
That's right.
Weren't they?
The kids were bickering, weren't they?
The kids were bickering, weren't they?
Yeah. If you say, weren't they? That means I don't know. You tell me what to think.
Yes.
So that's important. The intonation of that question is important because it's two different questions. One is agree with me. The other one is I don't know what happened. You tell me.
Yeah. We see such kind of structure in movies a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're two very different things. One is agree with me, and the other one is tell me what happened. Oh,
Yeah.
how do you agree? If my idea is the kids were bickering, if that's what I think, and you agree with me, you want to tell me, oh, that's true. I agree with you. How will you answer?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were. And how will you tell me, no, that's wrong. Your opinion is wrong. Your idea is wrong. What would you say?
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our final word for today.
Mhm.
And let's get rid of this. Oops. Okay, we have the word entrenched. That's a pretty useful word. I think it's kind of advanced. It's not the sort of thing that you learn early on, but it's a useful word. Probably we'll see it mostly in news or in
Mhm.
or something like that. It's not the most typical word in conversation. Have you seen that word before, Pachu? Entrenched.
No, never.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very advanced word. Actually, never come
Mhm. Alex,
because we
go ahead.
because
Go ahead. Sorry.
because I have not exposed many textbook.
Hmm.
Also, yeah, this word is very pretty advanced. Yeah,
Yeah,
C2 level maybe.
it's not exactly something you probably would hear in conversation, but maybe more on the news. You probably would see that word on the news or something
Mhm.
like that. Alex, have you seen that word before? Entrenched.
Yes, yes. It's an adjective. Means it to establish or engrave something.
I think a good way to think about it would mean difficult to remove, difficult to eliminate.
Okay. Okay. Difficult.
So, I mean, we have the Chat
Okay.
GPT definition here firmly established, deeply rooted, often difficult to change. But I think if you think about it like difficult to remove, difficult to eliminate, that's a good way of thinking about this word.
Okay.
Pa-
Entrenched. Entrenched.
Pachu, can you read number 4? What does it say?
The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine.
What does that mean?
Yes, so it is difficult for her to remove uh, of habit of drinking tea every morning.
Is Nepal similar to India in that everybody drinks chai?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, many yeah,
What would
tea and coffee.
mhm.
Yes, yeah,
what
people use.
what would happen if the government suddenly said no more chai for anyone? What would people do?
So there will be a strong strike, and I also uh, think that when the Facebook is closed, what will happen? So everyone on the road.
Hmm. Yeah. So you can say you can't remove tea from India. You can't remove tea from Nepal. It's very entrenched.
Yeah, it is
Does that
very
make sense?
intense.
How to use that word entrenched?
Yes, got clear.
Can you read the Alex? Can you read the first up to the word tea?
The habit of drinking tea,
Okay. What are the important words in that phrase? The habit of drinking tea.
habit, the habit of drinking is what? Habit of drinking,
Okay.
habit and drinking.
And maybe tea. I think maybe also tea. I think tea
Tea, yeah. I
also
was going to say that.
a word here. Okay. Now habit is two syllables. Where's all of the sound in that syllable? Habit.
Habit. Habit.
Ah.
Ha.
Habit.
First,
Habit. Habit.
habit. Yeah.
Well, how about drinking? Where's all the sound in that?
Inking.
Drinking. Drinking. Drinking.
Habit, drinking.
The habit of drinking tea.
Drinking tea.
Can you say
The
that?
habit of drinking tea.
The habit of drinking tea. Okay. Pachu, can you say those words?
The habit of drinking tea.
Okay, but let's make the big sounds big and the little sounds little. The habit of drinking tea.
The habit of drinking tea.
Okay. Can you read the rest of the sentence, Pachu?
Every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine.
Okay. What are the important words in that phrase?
It's every
Okay. Every. What else?
deeply
Okay.
uh, entrenched and daily routine.
Okay.
Daily,
Daily, probably. Okay. So
daily.
let's go through these words. Every. Every. Where's all the sound in that word? Every.
A is
Eh.
every first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Goes the first sound here. Every morning. Every morning. It's just the that gets all the sound in this phrase. Every morning.
every morning
Okay. And then we've got deeply. Deeply. Where's all the sound in that word? Deeply.
is a deep. Is a
Deep,
deeply. It's
deep,
deeply first.
deeply.
Is deep.
Okay. How about entrenched? Entrenched.
So we separate the syllabus first. So in ten,
Which
yeah, is it
syllable?
three?
Which syllable has all of the sound? Entrenched.
Trends,
Trend.
ten,
Trend.
ten.
Trend.
Yes,
Well,
trend.
actually, I think it's all of this. Entrenched. I guess it's the whole thing. Okay. And how about daily? Daily.
Is a daily. Is a first. A
Da-
daily. Two sound. Daily.
All right. So the rhythm we've got here is the habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine. Can you say it like that?
The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in a daily routine.
Mhm. Alex, can you try that? The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine.
The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine.
And in her, it just sounds like one little word,
Inner,
inner daily.
inner.
Mhm.
Okay, inner,
The big sounds are really big and the little sounds are really little. In her daily routine.
inner daily routine.
Okay. Pachu, can you say that one more time? The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply entrenched in her daily routine.
The habit of drinking tea every morning is deeply interested in her daily routine.
Okay, the habit, we'll make this a little bit simpler. The habit of, the habit is deeply entrenched in her routine. That's our sentence. So this is the idea. The habit is entrenched in her routine, is deeply entrenched in her routine. How will you make a
Yes.
question at the end of this that says, don't you agree with me?
Yeah. So, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. Isn't. Now, if you say it like a question, that means, "Oh, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what to think." But if your idea is, "This is my opinion, and do you agree with me or not?" How will you say it?
So, isn't it?
Isn't it? Go from high to low. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Try to do isn't it. Go down with it.
Isn't it?
Instead of it, do it. Go down.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? High, low. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
That's right. That's better. That's better. Isn't it?
Okay, so I found a clue.
You found a
So I
clue?
have to do opposite. Yeah, I have to do opposite.
The opposite.
So isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
because I mean, usually this is the way you ask the question, unless you don't know. Usually, when you make this sort of question at the end of a sentence, it's because agree with me. Okay, but if you say, isn't it? That means, I don't know. You tell me what to think. So you will sound not very confident if you always make that a question when it's not.
Yes.
Okay, and how would you agree with me if I say the habit is deeply entrenched in a routine, isn't it? How will you tell me that's true? You're right.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
Yeah, that means I agree with you. I think that's right. Yes, it is. You repeat the original idea. And how will you tell me no, that's not true? You're wrong.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. So this is disagreeing. You're telling me your idea, the habit is deeply intense. That's wrong. No, it isn't. Okay. Alex, can you make the question? The habit is deeply entrenched in her routine. And try to go high to low. Isn't it?
The habit is deeply entrenched in her routine, isn't it?
That was good. That was good. Try to say inner routine.
In a routine, okay. The habit is deeply entrenched in a routine, isn't it?
Okay, is it deeply or deeply?
Deeply, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but
Deep,
the P
yes.
is a p, p,
Yeah.
p.
Long E, yeah.
Deep, deep.
Deep, deeply, yeah.
Gotta pronounce the P.
Deeply, yeah.
Pronounce the P. Deeply.
Deeply, yeah. Deeply, yeah. The habit is deeply entrenched in her routine, isn't it?
Oh, don't not a question. Isn't it? Isn't it? Make it
Isn't it?
make it a statement. So
Isn't it?
that way you sound confident. If you say isn't it, you sound like you're not sure.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
That's
Okay.
that's that's not very confident if you say isn't it. You want to say isn't it. Do the opposite, like Pachu said.
Okay. Isn't it?
That was good. Try again.
Okay. Okay. The habit of drinking tea. No, sorry, which one? Oh, the habit is deeply entrenched in her routine, isn't it?
That's good. Isn't it? Mhm. How do you agree with that? How do you tell me yes, that's true? You're what you think is correct.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, and how would you tell me no, you're wrong? That's not true.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Okay.
It isn't. Yeah.
All right, that's the end for today. I'll probably be back
Thank
in a
you so
few hours trying my new idea, English for Nerds. And I think today it would be ancient history and philosophy that we'll be covering. So if you want to practice some more, I'll be back in maybe 2 or 3 hours to try English for nerds. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, yeah,
so I
no
want
problem.
to say some words.
Okay, go ahead.
So the new lesson, academic English, is I found very interesting,
Hmm.
and I also need those because we have to uh, do a lot of academic textbook like geography, philosophy, history, psychology, and oceanography and astronomy and all kinds of book and businesses and the computer science. So it is very useful, and the idea is um, uh, very useful. I think because we are getting a lot of things in one place, so it is very useful. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it will probably be too late for you. It'll be in the middle of the night for you, but I don't have any other time to do it. So I'm sorry that I have to do this at a time when it might be difficult for you to participate. But okay, so I'll probably be back in about 2 or 3 hours with English for Nerds. Okay. So thank you
Okay,
everybody for watching.
okay.
Thank you for your comments and questions, and I hope you come back later. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you so
thanks for
much.
everything. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.